Hey, it's hot. I am sweating like, man, I'm sweating. But anyway, hey, listen, I want to absolutely get on here, man. We're going to talk about some things. Just has to be talked about, period. Some things that's very important. We are experiencing, but we have to begin to look at things in a different way. We have to begin to understand things in a different way. And I really want to just jump into it, but I want to kind of slide into it a little bit because I don't want to turn anybody completely off or anything like that. But I definitely want you to understand what I'm talking about. And what I'm talking about is that you people, or us as people, how sometimes we're not as focused as we should be or looking at things. On one half, there's a lot of great things that's coming down the line, a lot of great things that's happening, a lot of great things that's going on. And I'm going to tell you like this, you just have to take initiative. You have to take initiative, and you have to get out there. You have to really get out there. I'm going to use a situation of me in real estate. I've been doing this journey now for almost close to a year. August makes about a year. Close to August makes a year. I've been actually on this journey right here. And the information I'm gaining, the people that I'm being able to connect with, and what's being poured into me is automatic, right? It's a blessing. Then you're talking about what I'm doing with essential services. Can't really speak too much on that on here, but what I want to tell you is that there's an opportunity to get paid for paying your own bills. There's an opportunity, but you got to take advantage of the opportunity of getting paid for paying your own bills. The reason why I'm going to say that is I'm invoking everything else that I do. I'm invoking the different streams of income that I do. How you doing, Angelita Kidd and Andrew Smith? So getting paid for paying your own bills is one of the things that I'm doing as well. As another stream of income. The real estate is another stream of income. I do taxes as well. That's another stream of income. On top of my own retirement, which is another stream of income. So right now I'm up to four, going on 5 streams of income. My whole goal is to get 7 streams of income. So right now I'm at 4, going on 5. But what I tell you is that there are opportunities out here. Number one, to get paid for paying your own bills, right? Get paid for paying the bills you're already paying. It's out here. It's happening. It's everyday thing, right? And I'm going to give you this example, and I want you to understand that how real it is. Do you know that people who shop at Home Depot, there are people who shop at Home Depot who also invest at Home Depot. Why? Because they're investing where they shop at. And that's so logical. Makes so much sense. There are people who invest in Walmart because they shop at Walmart, right? And this is real. So what I'm telling you people, and what I'm telling my people, my African American people, what I'm telling my Afro Latino people is that you cannot sit here and say that there isn't money out here or the opportunity money out here. I know I'm sweating. This is just my body just sweats in the South like this. But so I got 4 streams of income right now. I'm working on 5 streams of income. And the streams of income that I'm seeing and I'm going to tell you about, number 1 is essential services, getting paid for paying your own bills. Number 2 is tax preparing that I do. Number 3 is speaking engagements that I also do, motivational speaking engagements that I do, right? Number 4 is the real estate that I'm investing in as well, right? And then, excuse me. And then number 5 is, the 5th one is investments. Getting myself poured over into investments. And then, so that's 5. So I'm looking at 5, and I got 2 more, and that's 7 streams of income. So we can't say it's not out here, right? There are people who shop or who go get gas at BP gas station. They buy into BP stock. Do you know why that is? Because why not? If I'm getting gas all the time, why not put my stock in, put my money as an investment into that company where I'm going to get gas at? It's logical senses, it's logical aspects of everything that we're doing. So you can't sit here and say there isn't the opportunity to make money out here because we live in a capitalist society in a way. Yeah, democratic and all of that stuff. But yes, this is about you can make as much money you want to in America if you got the go-getter attitude, right? So if we know that, if we're taking a direct approach to knowing that, we're taking a direct approach to being able to understand that, then what's wrong with us grasping our mind around the aspect that you can make an extra $1,000, 500, 1,500, 2,000? In the American dream, you can make as much money as you're willing to put the work into. You can make as much money as you want to, as long as you're willing to put the work into it. That goes along the legal parameters of the American dream, right? I know this, and I see this, and one of the things that I don't understand how we're not partakers of that. But we are always, as African Americans, we're always the givers into somebody else's dream. And I'm gonna give you an example. Nike. Okay, let's go way back. Starter. I'm a little bit older. Starter jackets, starter hats, starter uniforms. It wasn't no place in Chicago when I was going to Chicago that you couldn't see people in starters. Then you had Nike, right? Nike with Air Jordans and all that stuff. Nike apparel, Nike this, Nike that. Do you understand that Nike's just a shoe? Nike doesn't do anything more special than any other shoe. It's just a shoe with a brand on it, with a name. But they put Jordan behind the brand and different athletes behind the brand. Then we as African Americans, we go buy the brand because we see the person, we like the person, we attach the person with the shoe. But in all actuality, the shoe is just a piece of material. You take that same shoe, throw it in the fire, it's going to burn up. It's just a piece of shoe, rubber and plastic, right? But we make them millionaires. We make them millionaires. If we take the same approach and begin to start putting the same effort into buying products from our own African American businesses, other entrepreneurs, we would literally start making each other 100,000aires. We would literally we would literally take each other out of poverty just by the support that we give each other financially. Okay, all right, brother. I hit you, Robert. So we have to understand that. We have to be willing to truly grasp that in a way that is right there. And it's not to demean anybody on this live. It's not to demean anybody, period, that I meet. But I want you to understand that these opportunities, man, they're out here. And I want you to see something. I want you to understand something. People, if you're selling drugs on the street, you are decades behind the times. Selling little $10 bags of weed, you're decades behind times. You're decades behind time, right? That's why they getting ready to legalize weed, right? They probably don't legalize crack cocaine and all that stuff, but you're decades behind time because you have people who are walking around in $1 million neighborhoods, $1 million value of property, unlimited amount of that revenue sitting around them, and they selling $20 packs of rocks and $10 pops of weed. But yet they walk on a block that's valued at 1.5 million, 2.2 million, 3.5 million. Because we're not educated to understand the value that sits around us. I guarantee you, I'm 39 years old. I've had a place to lay my head every night. That lets me know that no matter what, somebody needs a place to lay their head. So why not we're ever looking at real estate as a valuable asset? Because everybody has some type of real estate. Whether you own a home, whether you rent, that's still real estate, right? That's still real estate, right? I live in an apartment complex that I calculated it generates $1.2 million a year in rent. $1.2 million a year rent, you know? And myself getting myself into the process of the position now to where I buy my own home and begin to take that same money that I was using for rent to be able to mortgage and build my own equity. But I also said, well, in the meantime, what else can I do? The steps that we have to take in order to put ourselves in position. See, a person told me this a long time ago, actually in Salt Lake City, Utah. He told me this. He says, there's no such thing as luck. The luck is this whole aspect what people want to say. There's no such thing as luck. You know, situations sometimes are granted a little bit better. But he says, when you prepare for the opportunity that's ahead, that you want to be in, when you prepare yourself for the opportunity, and when that opportunity comes and you prepare for it, and you get that position, or you get that opportunity to invest in that property, or you get that opportunity where your credit score goes up, all it was your preparation met opportunity, which equaled advancement, or was equal whatever your goal was. That's all. Preparedness meets opportunity. And I took that. He told me that at 19 years old, and I remember that every day of my life since that point, because everything that I prepare for, that I'm going for, and then when that opportunity comes, I'm prepared. I'm already in position, prepared. We're never putting ourselves in position. See, we're too busy chasing behind the latest weave style, the latest suit style, the latest big rims on our car. We're too busy chasing behind those things. We're there. They don't really mean anything. But we're not chasing behind the aspects or the ability for us. How about we get our credit right? How about we fix our credit? How about we get our credit scores going up? How about we learn about investing? How about we learn about the intimate and intricate ability for us to invest in one another? The ability of investing in other black-owned businesses. The ability of us investing not just in our community as a whole, but being able to invest in our community that brings a great substance to our community also. Why are we not investing in that way? Why are we not partaking in things in that way? Why are we not systematically allowing ourselves to become better in those ways right there? What's it, E-Rock? Because what I've gathered is that it's not that these people that you see in the community or you see in the neighborhood, it's not that one person just automatically, it's some people that don't have money. But they begin to take those small steps of fixing their credit, small steps of saving that money, small steps of putting money in better places than other places. We don't understand financial education, financial management, so therefore we put ourselves in bad situations when we're putting our money in bad situations. And that's just what it is, man. It's nothing. It is not that we can't buy property. It's not that we can't be in real estate. It's not that we can't make more money. It's the point of us as being financially educated to understand that I don't have to put my money over here. I don't have to put my money over there. I can put my money right here, let my money grow. Put my money right here, let it become an investment. Put my money right here and let it be an asset to myself. I meet people saying, oh man, we ain't got enough money, but yet they'll go back buy a pack of cigarettes. You got enough money. If you can buy a pack of cigarettes, you got enough money. You definitely do. Because a pack of cigarettes now is what, $5.50? $6 almost. Every time you think about buying a pack of cigarettes, take $6 and put that into a savings account. Let that roll over every month. And at the end of the year, put that in an investment. Take everything you can, put that in an investment account. And do it again the next year. Start looking at property in your community. And I say this because as I begin to open my eyes even more and listen even more and begin to take the steps myself and go out into the communities and look, there is property in the communities that are so cheap. And I'm not saying cheap as in, they're cheap, but I'm saying they're not making more land. So the value of property is only given by the person that value that property, price anyway, right? So I'm looking at $3,000 lots. It's a half an acre for $3,000. I'm looking at homes that maybe $8,000. I got talked to a guy the other day. He was selling his home for $19,900. Selling his home for $19,900. You know, and it's things like that. Everybody's not going to want to be a owner, but everybody needs a place to lay their head. So what that lets me know is that getting this property right here automatically puts me in position to put somebody in there who wants to rent. Fix it up nice, redo it, fix it up where it meets all the codes that it's supposed to meet, and then it's nice at the same time. The ability for us to be able to change things comes with us being able to understand the opportunity that sets before us to change things. We have that great opportunity, but we cannot overlook the opportunity in a way or in an asset of thinking that we're just going to throw these things away. We're just going to let these things be. You know, you think about it, and I talked to I said, you think about a property, it's a property over here, the guy selling for $24,900 or whatever, but he probably ain't going to get nothing but, he ain't going to get $24,900 out of it, I can tell you that already, but he probably get, what, $6,000, $7,000 once you get a appraiser to go in there. You buy a property for $6,000, you level the property, you level it, and then you get a developer to come in and build you a $200,000 house. Now, what do you do with that $200,000 house? Now you take a person, and I'm gonna tell you this: you take a person, let's say, you take a person in Section 8, or take a person that's just trying to, get their own home. You put them in there, and you put it at a rent to own, lease to own type of situation. You're still being able to make money off the property, but now you're also empowering the person who live in the property. See, we can change this mindset. We can change the mindset. If people have a direct investment that is going to affect them as well in how they're living, their living situation, people will begin to take care of their living situation a lot better. They'll have more pride in where they live at. They'll have more attention to detail about how they're living. They're gonna have that emotional investment into their property as well. And I'm telling you, people, man, look around your community. I guarantee you have property in your community. You got places that's run down. You got places that needs fixing up. It's all over. It's all over. I'm just in an area right here that is like you could throw a rock and hit a abandoned house almost. You can throw a rock and hit a house that needs to be fixed up. The situation is changing around here. So, in those type of situations like there, we have to be able to understand where we sit at. And then we have to understand, like I tell you guys, man, with the opportunity, there's so many opportunities out here, man. Like I tell you guys, the opportunity to the opportunity to get paid paying your own bills. The opportunity, I'm going to say it slowly, the opportunity to get paid for paying your own bills. The same bills you're paying now, you can get paid for paying your own bills. And I'm going to leave it at that because, if you can't grasp that, if you can't catch that so much, I don't know what else to say. I can't say it no more simply. It's just the same way as if you walk into Home Depot and you buy something from Home Depot and you also invest stock in Home Depot. You're spending money, but you're also getting a return on your money you're spending because you're investing in a place where you're spending money. Plain and simple. I can't give it to you more simple than that. So all these things are out here for us, man. And that's and you're right. That 10% pay ourselves 10% first from each paycheck is an example, man. And I was talking to a person about the 10%. That 10%. He said, "Listen, I want to give you guys this, and I'm probably gonna stir the pot when I say this, but I don't mind. You can I'll knock the pot right off the stove. I don't care. Your 10% is not the tithes. Your 10% is to yourself. Your 10% is not the tithes. Your 10% is to yourself. You cannot increase someone else or something else, and you're depleting yourself. This is the example. That's like walking in your own house, knocking out all your windows in your house, and then going to the neighbor's house and cleaning their windows and saying how beautiful their house is. You're destroying your own possibilities. You're destroying your own wealth. You're giving your own wealth away. And I'm not saying don't help a church. Absolutely great. If that's what you're into, go help a church. But also understand, help yourself first. You got people sitting up here helping churches, and they credit score number 450. Their credit score is 510. You got some people in churches, they don't even know what their credit score is. They so scared, they don't know what their credit score is. But you're increasing somebody else's wealth. You're sitting here giving your wealth to someone else. And I'm not saying don't help out. I'm not saying it. It's great to help out all over the place. But what man, you can't help somebody else effectively unless you help yourself. That's like me trying to make somebody else sit up and I'm laying on the ground. I can't even do it. I can't make you stand up and land up, but I can pull you up if I get up, and it's that type of thing. So I want you to start looking at paying yourself 10%. And we talked about this. We were actually having a small discussion. People who get their checks or get a check, put $50 aside to yourself. Put $50 aside and you say you just paid yourself. Do that. Just take $50 and put it to the side. Because we have to get into the mindset, man, that I'm in this Tri-City area, Fort Benning, Columbus, and Phoenix City, right? And I drive around and I see property and I see opportunity. But we always talk about changing the community. We always talk about doing something in the community. But I'm going to tell you something. You can't change your community unless you own your community. And I don't care how much motivational speaking I've done. I don't care how much you go into schools and speak to kids. I don't care how much you go and hold these little the programs stuff like that for after school program. Those are all great. But when that child walks back into a community and they see this rundown home, that rundown home, this abandoned home, they see these people walking around this place right here, illicit activity. When they live in a community that's down-ridden, when they live in a community that's poverty-ridden, because it's the physical eyesight of those things right there. They're themselves, they're not down-ridden, but they live in this place that's down-ridden. They live in this place that has illicit activity. They live in this place that is not upkept or is not at the highest level it should be at. Then how do you think they feel as kids? Well, as people walking and living in there. So when you live in a beautiful place, you feel more prideful living in that beautiful place. It brings your self-esteem to another level when you live in a beautiful place. You're understanding the level of where you're living at, so now you become a direct investment. But we have to truly understand that, because for some reason we don't I'm not saying we don't grasp it, but I'm saying that sometimes we don't understand that. And how can you own your community? I invoke every person on here, African American, regardless, whatever. Start looking at property in your own community. Start looking at property in your own community. Because you live in a community, You can become owners of the property in your community. Everybody not going to be owners, and that's okay. But those of you who do want to be owners in your community, begin to start investing in your own community. Begin to start buying property in your own community. Be a home, not just a homeowner, but a property on your own community. Because now, guess what? You have a high standard of living. You want your property to be a high standard of living, unless you just some slumlord, you know what I'm saying? And if you're a slumlord, don't even buy nothing. If your idea is to be mediocre, substandard, I don't want you buying anything. I want you renting for the rest of your life, because there's no reason why anybody should be subjected to your lower level of living or aspects. And I say that, and if you got a problem with it, okay, contact me. But for those people who are really invested in the community and want the community to be at a higher level, as they invest in themselves and they live their life at a higher level, then why not invest in your community? Why not buy property in your community? I went out here, the last 2 days I've been driving around the community here in Phoenix City, and you'd be surprised at the prices of some of these places. Now, there are places that they should be level. They should be level. If I look at them, and I think if I did a roundhouse kick, I could probably knock the whole house down, you know. But there's other places that need some TLC, and there's other places that just probably need to be level and have a modern home put there, you know. And what that does is the value of the community begins to rise. But you're also doing something else. The eyesight, the physical eyesight of people and their self-esteem begins to rise. You know, I was talking to a lady in Phoenix City, and I asked her, I said, "What do you think the problem is?" And she said, "They didn't knock down these homes right here." And she pointed to a house that she was living by. I'm not going to say where her address and like that. I'm just say, no, that's what she points to a house that she lived by, because it was a beat up house. It was beat up. And instead of the house being level or selling the house or the city really putting a stand on it, there was none. And that's the problem. That becomes a problem. It's a twofold situation. You got people who they don't mind making money off of people living in substandard areas. That's not acceptable to me. I am a king, and everything I touch will have kingship to it as well, likeness and all. So if I'm renting a place, if I'm renting out my home or a home, it's going to be at the highest level. When you walk into there, you're going to see royalty. You're going to feel royalty. And when you move from there, your expectation is, I'm not moving anything less than this place I just moved out of, because I understand who I am now. And that's why I want people to always understand who you are. You don't have to, and I understand people say, you know, your income level and stuff like that. Okay, if your income level have you living in a certain place, then why don't people get out and go ahead and clean their own, cut their grass, get somebody to cut the grass, pick up the trash around your what's name. I have been in Phoenix City driving around, and I see so many yards filled with junk and diapers. And how do you walk outside and you see a diaper on the ground that you put there, but you keep walking by it? It's the mindset, man. It's that low self-esteem mindset. I live among trash. I'm trash. Okay, I feel like I'm trash. I ain't gonna do nothing. But we have to change that mindset. And if we change that mindset, we'll be in a better position as people, because now we are investing in where we live at. I want you to invest in where you live at. I want you to do that. And I got the game plan. I'm looking for two things. I'm looking for people who want to enrich their lives. I'm looking for people also who understand the open mind concept of getting paid for paying their own bills. You already pay your bills. You're not going to stop doing anything you're already doing now. But you have a reward on the back end, because now you're getting paid for paying your own bills. I want you to grasp that. You're already paying your bills. And what I'm doing and what I'm going to educate you on is just another stream of income to be able to get paid for paying your own bills. I'm not going to go deep into it, because sometimes I get too excited about it. I'm doing good, Brianna. How you doing? Brianna, I'm doing all right. So we have to understand that part right there. Then you have the aspect of what once people understand is that when we're talking about the residualness of income, and what that means is the income coming every month. Income, this is another stream of income, not income that you're going to work at a job for every 2 weeks. I'm talking about income that's coming in extra on the side. It becomes residual income to you. That becomes an asset to you. Those type of things become a worth to you as well. Look at real estate. Think about it. If you rent right now, let's see, I'm gonna take myself. I pay $1,022 where I live at, where I rent. Right now, for $1,022, I can Not possibly. I can have a mortgage on 2 homes right now in the area that I live. That in this area, I could have 2 homes right now, mortgage on both of them, and I'm still paying less than $1,022 a month. But I understand where I'm sitting at. Understanding where you sit at is great. But I'm just not trying to go on this journey by myself. I want to take everybody on this journey because I want you to understand that the opportunity for us to live a better life, have more, do more, not only for ourselves but our family, is right in front of us if we start looking at property in our community that's beat down and abandoned, that's beat up. Look for property in the community that's beat up, that's run down. Look for foreclosures in your community. Look for repos in your community. Look for, the city sometimes they confiscate property that's that's messed up. I know a lot of times, especially in places like some of these bigger cities, I don't know how the law is all over, but some places, they raid your place and there's drugs in their place. The state has the right to take the whole home. They had a right to take the whole home, everything, right? So why not invest in those things? They have auctions for homes, auctions for property. Look for it. Even if you do nothing but get a lot. If you don't do nothing but go buy and buy a lot. Ain't nothing built on a lot, but you own something. You have a lot, right? Then I do taxes. I do taxes as well. So me doing taxes, I can also show you how to. Taxes was never made for the worker. Taxes was made for the business person. It was made for the entrepreneur. I'm a veteran, so I call myself a vetpreneur. But it was made for people who have businesses, right? And I can show you. I can sit down with you and show you how to do how not only educate you about your taxes, but how to benefit in a positive legal way on your own taxes, your write-offs, lowering your liability, those type of things, man. I'm telling you, it's contagious when you start putting yourself in circles of people who have knowledge, and the only thing their expectation is that you learn the knowledge that they have, and there is no substandardness. Everything is raised to another higher level, and your feet is held to the fire to be able to have that knowledge at a higher level as well. But also spread that knowledge to other people and give it to them freely. Now, this is what I'm telling you. I'm not charging you for anything. I'm telling you. I'm telling you about real estate. I'm telling you about essential services, which is getting paid for paying your own bills. I'm telling you about the taxes, right? You for people, you come to me. I know you. I only charge you $50 to do your taxes. I charge you $50 to do your taxes. A flat rate of $50 to do your taxes. I charge you $50 to do your taxes. But I sit there and educate you about your own taxes as well. It's the opportunities out here, people. I'm telling you. It's so much out here. It's so much out here. And I'm telling you, looking at a house, sometimes when we're looking at property, we're looking at our community, we're looking at how we make our community better. It's being investors in our community. It's being owners in our community, because I say this and I mean this. You cannot change your community unless you own your community. And I want to point this out to you as African Americans and Afro-Latinos. Sometimes we definitely overlook things, right? We literally own markets. We own markets because we're consumers. Look at the beauty industry. We look at the beauty industry, and I'm going to tell you something. We need to start looking at beauty supply stores and owning beauty supply stores and purchasing beauty supply stores, coming together as a team and open up our own beauty supply stores. The beauty supply industry is $1 billion industry. It's $1 billion industry. And we have Asians owning beauty supply stores. Don't know nothing about heritage, don't know nothing about our hair, don't know about our skin, our color, none of those things. Nothing about anything, but all they know is to sell us something. And I do have a problem with that, because they don't want to do business with us, but they'll take our money. They won't come buy anything from us as African Americans, Afro-Latinos, but they'll be ready to take our money. So no, we have to take a stand and say, you know what? I'm way out of the box of being liked. I don't care about being liked, and I tell them to their face, I don't care if you like me, but you will respect me. And then their eyes get big and they look at me, yeah, and now I mean exactly what I say. And that's the point of, you're going to respect me because, one, I'm educated. Number two, I understand what you're doing. And number three, I will become your number one competition, because I'm going to take back my people. I'm going to take back, and I'm going to invest back into my own communities. And when we begin to start understanding that, all the things we do as far as businesses, from beauty supply stores to, we don't have to have liquor stores in our community. We need to kick these damn liquor stores out of our community. Liquor store on every damn corner. It doesn't make sense. So all these things, man, we have to just start looking around our community and understanding there are small steps to be taken, but all those small steps equal something big. What's up, cuz? What's up, Otis? What's up, big cuz? Hey, so it becomes those things, man, that we really have to begin to take a approach to, and a firm approach, and understand that if we really want to change our communities, we have to start looking at, number one, investing in our communities. Number two, getting rid of stores that promote negativity, like a liquor store in every other corner. No, no. When you look at prominent communities, there's a one central location for a liquor store. Prominent community. I live in a pretty middle class prominent community, and to be honest with you, I don't even know where the liquor store is. I think it's, I know it's at other by Publix. One location. Well, I don't know the location there, but there's one location for a liquor store over here. You don't got liquor stores at every corner. You know why? Because they understand that's going to bring down property value. That's going to invoke some type of violence. So no, they're not going to have liquor stores in every corner. You know, you got people. No, and it's crazy. I stay right down the street from $500,000 homes, and they're not having that. They're not, and it's already been put in stone and stated before the councilman. One central location for a liquor store, and guess what? There's one central location for a liquor store. The same thing can be done anywhere else, but we have to become educated. We have to look at things with open eyes, and we have to understand something, man. We have to learn to love each other. We have to learn to invest in each other. We have to learn to do business with each other, because those things are very important. We can literally pull each other out of poverty. We can literally pull each other. We can make each other six-figure earners, six-figure income earners. We do it for every other race. We do it for the Asians, right? We do it for the Arabs, right? When I say Asians, I just mean Chinese, Philippine, all of them, or whatever. We do it for them. We give them our money. You sit outside of a nail salon and count how many black people going to a nail salon, right? And then sit outside of an African American store and count how many Asians going to an African American store. You're gonna find zero, but you'll find 100 of us to go in their store and spend money. We have to stop doing that. We have to become more invested, because the money gonna come right back into our community. That's how we lift each other up. That's exactly how we do it. The formula is very for us, because we are the number one consumers. We consumed over we consumed over $1.5 trillion in 2015. We consumed over $1.5 trillion, trillion with a T, in the United States of America. African Americans consumed over $1.5 trillion in America. So that money went into other people's communities, other people's hands. We need to get that money going back into the majority of our hands. If we really want to talk about picking our community up, doing more for our community, doing better in our community, and that being an investment in our community, we can definitely do that. But if we are not focused, then we're hurting ourselves. And if we're hurting ourselves, then we are our own fools. I'm not saying it deliberately, but I'm saying that that's what it becomes, right? So the beauty industry is a $1 billion industry, right? And from what I know, you got African Americans, you got Latinos, you got Hispanics, and we love beauty. I'm not saying that Caucasians don't like beauty. I'm not saying that Asians don't. I'm not saying that Arabs don't. But when you talk about the top three, you're talking about those three right there: Hispanic, Afro Latino, and African Americans. When you talk about beauty industry. But yet, how many beauty supply stores do we own as far as distribution? Right. We need to start talking about rural empowerment, financial education, rural empowerment, rural financial empowerment classes. Because that's the next thing that we're going to be doing is royal financial empowerment classes on credit, on investing, on real estate, right? On money management, all those things right there, because it's important. On owning businesses, all those things are very important. As we begin to do this and nurture it and bring people in, and we don't have to judge anybody, because we're all starting off at the slab level. But we're more invested in pulling people up than looking down at anybody, and sitting people up, root for people that's making it, and be in to share information. Man, we'll take this thing all the way. There ain't nothing that we have ever touched that has not turned to billions of dollars. Look at football. African Americans start playing football. I'm not saying I'm not trying to say on racial issue. I'm saying as far as what I know that what we do when it comes down to those type of things, right? And how those things become an asset to us as well. So we do those things in a way that is figurative, but we're always on we're always the ones accepting checks instead of writing them, right? So the football, we know football is a $1 billion industry. basketball. Basketball is international just as well as football. And guess who pushed that? Guess who led that? African Americans. So we gotta start understanding, man, that we're so damn valuable, but we have to become valuable for ourselves. And one thing I want to say you're right. You're right. We do that. We do that too. You're right. We definitely do that. We get pissed off at each other and we won't do business with each other, but let it be another business. We'll stop going to our own business, but if it happens in another business, we'll jump right back up and go right back over there, no matter how pissed off we are at them. And we got to start doing that as well, man. How you doing, Catrice? We have to become our own investment. We have to understand what it means to invest in each other, and we have to really want to invest in each other because the opportunity for that is right there. But if we're not allowing that to become a positive, or if we're not learning that we can make that a positive, then we're not learning anything. So if we're not investing in each other, then we are being our own fools if we're not investing in each other, because it's wide open. It is. We can make each other 100,000 years, and we have a separated community. A lot of our African American stars don't communicate or don't latch back to the communities. They don't. I'm not saying all don't, but I'm saying there are African Americans who have made it, millionaires, whatever, and they do invest in the community so that. But there are more African Americans up here at these higher levels that don't do that, and that's a problem within itself. So the moment we get rid of that, the moment we stop doing that, the better we become our way around, man. I'm just telling you, we have to become the investment in our community. Invest in our community. Put your hands to the community. Buy real estate in your community. I want you guys to tune in to the the Royal Financial Empowerment Workshop we're gonna start having. Free. It's free information. Free lifting each other up. Getting your credit score up. Understand lines of credit. Understanding real estate. Understanding investment. Understanding money management. Just those type of things. Understanding. I don't want to get into. We're not gonna just talk about abundance and prosperity and a house on 1,000 hills. No, we are going to do it. We're gonna talk less and do more. So I'm gonna get up off of here. It's getting kind of dark, but I'm gonna get up off of here. But I want you all to contact me if you have. Well, you can contact me by messenger, but you can also contact me by phone. This is my phone number. So if you have anything, question, or if you just have, you just want to talk to me about the Royal Financial Empowerment Workshop, or you want to talk to me about the essential services, how to get paid for paying your own bills, the bills you're paying now, your cell phone bill, internet, satellite TV, security, energy, electric and gas. If you want to learn how to get paid for those bills you're already paying, you're not going to stop doing anything different. You just now you are investing in yourself. You're investing in the services that you're already using. And that's it, man. It's simple. And it's out here and it's happening. I'm doing it myself. And it's great. And, your taxes as well. Like I tell you, you come do taxes with me. I can do taxes with anybody. You come do taxes with me, $50. I charge you $50 flat rate to do taxes with me. $50. Business taxes, regular taxes, don't matter. $50, you know what I'm saying? I have a thing on that as well. So all these things are right there, man. It's right there at our hands for the taking. So you all, it's getting dark as you see. It got really dark. I'm dark already. But you all have a blessed night, and I'm going to talk to you tomorrow, okay? Bye-bye.